following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WZWA Network and our review show here of the December 7th edition of NXT 2.0, motherfucker. And I am Karlifornia alongside Jooseyboy. What's going on, dickhead?
Oh, man, not a lot, cunt. Quite an interesting episode of fucking NXT. And, it's going to be interesting. I think this was an interesting one. It'll be an interesting discussion. So let's get into it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. I mean, what did you think of, going into this show from War Games? I know we've been going into NXT, the weekly show, and just kind of feeling like, ugh. But then when we watch it, it's not too bad at the end. How are you feeling?
It's like we said the other week. I feel like we're still always waiting for that fucking proverbial pendulum to drop. But it hasn't yet. And you know what? I was feeling great going into this one. I said in the War Games review that I preferred War Games over Halloween Havoc, which I also really enjoyed. So, I was high on the NXT product coming into this episode.
Yeah, you usually are high. Opening the show, we have the one and only Von Wagner making his entrance. After like a fucking 5-minute video package recapping War Games. Kyle O'Reilly attacks him during his entrance. They get in the cage match to open the show. Von Wagner, Kyle O'Reilly, Jooseyboy, thoughts now.
Well, fuck, man. I loved the fact that they started it off hot. This has been a program and an angle that they've built up properly. First, they started as sort of strange bedfellows, reluctant allies. Then they became a team. Now the team quickly imploded, revealing Von Wagner's intentions seemingly the whole time. So, yeah, it's the right idea to start this thing off hot during the entrances. Boom. Cage match starts. I really liked that we actually saw these guys wearing each other down as if it was a normal match and then kind of using the cage to augment that. There wasn't all these attempts to do all this crazy specky shit with the cage, do any weird choreographed dives or anything like that. It was just a real, like, knockdown, drag out type of wrestling match, that was having the cage as a part of that added to it. It didn't feel like they were trying to gimmick the fuck out of the match. So I liked it a lot, and I'm going to give it a B-.
Yep, excellent. I only just really started to get to know Kyle O'Reilly's style, and it looks like he's probably gone from NXT. But I think he's great with his strikes and knees, despite his size. It comes across like he could keep toe-to-toe with a big man like Von Wagner. I thought Von Wagner needed to win this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And he did.
Agreed.
He did. He won it pretty clean, although there was a low blow, but it is a cage match, so...
No DQ, bitch.
Yeah, and then Von smashed his fucking head in with the door of the cage several times. I thought there needed to be a little bit of more of a bigger deal over the fact that he was smashing his head in.
Yeah.
I would probably stretch him out, but that's just me.
Yeah. But I think we should also just mention quickly, bro, 8 weeks in or something, how much has Von Wagner come along? Wow.
It's like he's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
But he hasn't. He's only been there like 7 or 8 weeks. Good stuff moving forward. Bron Breakker is backstage walking toward the ring. Before he gets to his entrance, Joe Gacy promo with Harland, promoting Harland's in-ring debut next week. What did you fucking think?
Yeah, cunt. I thought it was pretty good. I was saying to you when we were watching this that I feel like in an ideal world, you could still push Harland's in-ring debut back even further and just build that mystique around him even more, But, they're doing the match. It has been quite a while of him being on TV as is without having wrestled, so they're ready to do it next week. I thought this was a great little promo, C+. Nice work, as always, from my boy. Joe Gacy.
Yep, always good stuff. Moving forward, Bron Breakker comes out, talks about Tommaso, not Samoa Joe, you fat ass. It was Tommaso, scrawny ass. He wants a fucking title shot, bro. He wants that fucking title shot. It's one apiece. They need that rubber match for Bron Breakker to become the champ, okay?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Bron Breakker, bigger star in this business than Kenny Omega. Thank you.
All right.
Diamond Mine interrupts. I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
Sorry, come. Go ahead.
Diamond Mine interrupts, and they build towards Bron Breakker and Roderick Strong next week, and they have now removed the weight limit from the cruiserweight division. I don't agree with it. I do not agree with it. I think there is a place for cruiserweight wrestling in the WWE at that weight limit. They just need to come up with stories and characters that people give a fuck about. So anyway, what did you think of this, and what do you think of the possibilities here of Bron Breakker and Roderick Strong?
Yeah, well,
small ass.
I definitely think that Bron and Roderick would be a great match. If they do end up going in that direction, like, I'll be really excited to see it. I agree. I think Bron should win the title. You know, it will be very soon for him to be winning the main title, but I think he can handle it. You know, I just already feel like he's got a lot of that natural ability, and I could really see him in that role. A young, hungry champion defending could be just what 2.0 needs to really start, like, spreading its wings a bit and kind of separating itself from the black and gold era of NXT. The promo segment overall, thought it was brilliant. Like the Diamond Mine, like Bron Breakker's work. Nothing to say about this one. This was good as well.
Yeah, very good. And, there's a lot of comments going out there from some of those diehard wrestling fans saying that, they ruined the black and gold and it's just shit now. Like, there's a fucking reason why they stopped doing what they were doing with the indie guys and all that. There's a reason for it. There's a reason why they're going in this direction with characters and big guys and stuff like that, because, come on, what do you think about this stuff, bro?
Like, can I just, I'll take the opportunity to respond to that. Like, I enjoyed the old NXT as much as the next guy, right? I enjoyed the black and gold NXT. I do have, as part of my wrestling fandom, there is a part of me that enjoys that real high octane indie style with the strikes and the, the dives and all of that stuff.
The
I like
forearm
that
in the middle of the ring, and then you turn around and run away from your opponent. Yep.
I enjoy a little bit of that in small doses and when it's used in the correct way and in the correct placement. I thought NXT Black and Gold was a great showcase for that style of wrestling. And you know what? They did show that independent style of wrestling, when added to, simple but well-executed storytelling, can actually draw on a big level. And you can't take that away from NXT Black and Gold. But the fact remains, unfortunately, that a lot of these people were coming up to the main roster, and then a few months later they were getting released, or they've been repackaged, or they've gone from winning squash matches on Raw for the first few weeks to now they're jobbing in comedy matches to R-Truth. And that kept happening over and over again with all but the most dynamic NXT superstars that went to the main roster. The guys from The Shield, they went up there, they succeeded. Look at them. They've all got the personalities and they all had the charisma to back it up. Big E, he came from the NXT system. He's got the natural charisma to back it up. Braun Strowman came from the original NXT system. He had the fucking athleticism and the size and that larger-than-life look, even though I didn't like what he ended up doing later on.
Becoming a boring cunt. I'm not stupid.
So in the grand scheme of things, in the old NXT brand, the only people that were really succeeding when they transitioned from NXT up to the main roster were people that had been built from the ground up by the WWE, people that had been recruited and signed from other sports. And that is because those people were only ever trained by the WWE system, and therefore they are more perfectly equipped to adapt to the television style and what's expected from them as far as the character and the personality and the charisma and letting all that shine through. And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong for these indie guys that were considered really high caliber names on the indies and in NXT to just be brought up and then fucking buried. You know, I hate seeing that as well. It's not cool when that happens. But the fact is, in a lot of cases, not all, but in many, those guys, as great as they were in the ring, were simply never going to be competing for the title in the main event of WrestleMania. They were simply never, people just were never going to buy a ticket to go and see them have this knockdown, drag out feud with another top guy on the card. I just don't think that it translated to the mainstream in the same, and I don't think it had the same impact that it had in the echo chamber of NXT Black and Gold, where it's this cult underground phenomenon, you know, that had the benefit of the WWE's world-class production facilities backing it to make it Major League and present it as Major League. But ultimately, all that said, I still think that when you took that style and you brought it over to Raw and SmackDown, you know, yes, any one of those people from NXT could have a great match with Randy Orton, but I don't think a lot of people would buy a front row ticket to WrestleMania to watch them try to take the championship off of Randy Orton in the main event. And so this new version of NXT is clearly engineered to strip things back and actually start these people and actually develop them properly and use the NXT more as an actual developmental system, which it was originally intended for. Give them the experience working on TV, working with all the production and everything like that, getting an entrance and a theme and learning to express their personality, but condense it down, have the audience be 300 people max, 200 people, you know, keep it very insular and just let them develop as characters and as entertainers over time on this scaled down version of a main roster WWE show. Whether you like it or not because you love that indie style or you believe that that's what wrestling should be now, you know, frankly, it's irrelevant. I believe that the numbers speak for it. NXT is doing better now than it was before the rebranding, and I believe that it's only going to continue to do better down the road as more of these stars get even further developed over time. That's all. That's what I got to say about that. I just think it's ludicrous to sort of act like NXT has been rebooted in some lame, crappy sequel. I just think that those people don't want to give 2.0 a chance.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. And one of my pet peeves with the old NXT was, you know, you'd have your Royal Rumble match. And I remember there was one particular Rumble that I fucking hated because most of the surprise entrants were people like Jack Gallagher and these guys that I'd never fucking seen before. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care.
That was like 2018 or something.
Whatever it was. I think it was one where like Reigns came out at the end, I think. I fucking hated that one because it was just like, they replaced putting surprise entrances from legends with NXT people, and I was like, this is not the way to go about bringing people up because no one fucking knows who they are except for the diehards. Anyway.
And if you do it with more than one, it means that they're not special because you've debuted more than one in that way.
Yeah, like it was all right when you did it with Rusev because you're like, oh, look at this cunt. And he fucking beat up a whole bunch of guys and did quite well. But, you know, when you're bringing like dudes like Jack out, nothing against him, but it's like, come on, man. Like when you're sitting there and you're like, I'm bigger than him. I could fucking grab him by the face and throw him.
Yeah, well, the only thing he had fucking going for him was his umbrella, you know, and then he also got busted for sexual harassment, so he's a piece of shit. So fuck him. All right.
Briggs and Jensen take on the Creed brothers.
Here we go.
I was not interested at all.
It's a shame.
I don't know why I don't like the Creed brothers. I'm not into it. I'm just not into it. It's just it's not clicking with me. I don't find it entertaining. I'm just like,
You don't like the amateur style.
Sorry, Briggs and Jensen. That's who I'm not really into. That's what I meant. I'm not into it. But the Creed brothers, I think that team, the Diamond Mine, I think that's pretty cool. But I'll just run through my 3 notes that I wrote.
Yeah.
I was barely even watching the match. I mean, I feel bad that I wasn't really into it and paying attention. But again, I'm not sold on Briggs and Jensen right now. But does this fucking Imperium, their theme song hit, and they fucking stood up there on the platform, and one of them in their little turtleneck and looking.
Ich bin ein Turtleneck, yeah.
Yeah, and ich mag Wunderschlagen. I just wrote not really into this match. J and B win, whatever. What did you think, bro?
All right. So the problem is this. Obviously, we like the Creeds. We've been saying, every time we see them that we really enjoy them. We love the amateur flavor that they bring. Briggs and Jensen, from the first vignette that showed up on TV, this wasn't working for us. I remember the week that it was on, we were thinking, what the fuck is this? I think it was a mistake to debut these Briggs and Jensen as babyfaces. Babyfaces. I'm sorry. I don't think it works. I think that the gimmick is not only more naturally inclined to heels because they've got that Southern conservative flavor to what they're doing, but I also think that the vignettes and stuff put them across more as heels rather than baby faces. So in my opinion, the problem with this match was that you had a heel versus heel tag team match. Only one of the teams was meant to be babyface, but it was really flat.
Yeah.
And so effectively, when you have a messed up dynamic like that, it just doesn't work. Technically speaking, everything that actually occurred in ring was solid enough, but as an actual match overall, I'd have to give it a D-. It unfortunately just wasn't clicking, and I think the booking of this didn't do any favors for either team.
No, I don't know what's going on with it, but they got to do something. They got to come up with an angle for this tag team division to really, for me to sink my teeth into. I think some of the other angles that have been going on lately, you Duke Hudson with your Cameron Grimes, etc. Some interesting stuff. What Toxic Attraction are doing, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But the tag division, the men's tag division,
But bro, that kind of brings something to my mind quickly that I wonder if you'll agree with. It's like when they.
No, I disagree.
Hang on. It's like when they first debuted the WWE SmackDown tag team titles. And they had that massive tag team tournament. And so, yes, they had this tournament, but as a consequence of that tournament, all these tag teams that were going to be in the tournament started interacting. So suddenly you didn't just have the tag team tournament where everyone was going to go for the titles. You now had a locker room full of teams that all wanted to be the best and all thought that they were better than each other. And, they'd have singles matches between half of a team and half of a team. And now the teams were actively competing. That division now had its own storylines and its own sort of fiction going on behind the scenes other than just the matches. And that made the tag team division on SmackDown far more relevant. That's what they need here. It also brings to mind back in the Attitude Era, bro. Different teams would compete to have the services of Terry as their manager because every team at that time wanted Terry. They wanted a nice piece of arm candy that would get them more pictures in the magazines and stuff in the kayfabe. And they also wanted an experienced manager. So now that became an auxiliary issue within the tag division at that time. They weren't just competing to be the best team and win the tag titles. It was also, we want Terry because Terry is effectively a status symbol. Terry goes with the best team. So we think we should have Terry. And those are just two examples there, very simple examples of how you can ignite issues between all these different tag teams that all stem from this one initial issue, if that makes sense.
Good, bro. Yep, I get you. Good point. Let's move forward, motherfucker. Mackenzie. Interviews Von Wagner. Von, makes his point about fucking whatever. Off he goes, and then Robert Stone wants to fucking say a few things, but he gets cut off, unfortunately. But that was funny. Moving forward, bro, a Xyon Quinn promo, nothing really to add there. He's just hyping up his fight with Santos Escobar later.
He's improving, though. His charisma
He's doing good.
Through.
He's doing good. And now that I've seen what his girlfriend looks like, I'm extremely impressed with this man.
Yeah, the guy's just been crushing
it.
He's been crushing it since day one,
Yeah. Crushing it indeed, bro, I'm sure.
I reckon I'll just... Hey, man, I just spent all this time playing all this rugby and it's cool and shit, but, I reckon I'll just be in WWE, eh?
Just go to WWE, eh? Beach Desborough. Oh, now I've got a really hot girlfriend. Sick.
Horrible. All right.
Fantastic. No, fantastic. Champagne viewing. We're at our favorite part of the show here, bro. Out comes Duke Hudson. He's got this ridiculous wig on his head. This is fantastic, bro. I'm going to take this here because you've spoken quite a bit so far, but not that many notes. I was laughing to myself at the severe misfortune that the look in his face told the whole story. The severe misfortune that this cocky poker player comes in. He's talking about, Duke's poker room, and he's all cocky and arrogant. First person that goes in there, fucks him over. Then he loses his hair at his first fucking pay-per-view appearance or special appearance. And all of a sudden, this is where he's at now. He's wearing a stupid blonde wig. All of these misfortunes have come poor Duke Hudson's way. Oh, it's fantastic, bro. And what do you fucking know, bro? Wow. A feud that has a big match at a big show that isn't just one and done and then they fuck off and go do something else.
Hey, Tone. Hey, T, how you doing, Tony Khan? That's how you keep a fucking angle going. Yeah. Where's Punk versus Kingston 2? Where is it?
Yeah, where's MJF and Darby? Oh, Darby Allin got punched in the face with the ring and doesn't want to get his... okay. Fair enough,
For that matter, where's fucking Darby and Punk 2? Huh?
Every fucking time, bro.
Okay.
But they did Malachi and Cody Rhodes. Shut the fuck up, cunt. All right.
The only person in AEW who gets long-term fucking programs is the one person nobody in the fucking world wants to see, and that's
exactly. Fuck that shit. I'd like to see Cody have a few where he...
This one's for your fucking eye.
Yeah, huh?
And this one's for your fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Anyway, this is I'm liking the feud. I'm liking the story. Grimes is always doing something fun. Grimes interrupts. This is a nice little thing going back and forth. Duke Hudson calls him scum. You're scum, mate.
You scum. You cheated. You bloody cheated.
You bloody cheated, you scumbag.
So,
we're Australian, but he sounds way more Australian than us. They start fighting. Grimes is trying to get the wig off his head. And Duke manages to desperately keep the wig on his head and run away with the wig still on his head. And I just remarked at the end, Duke's stupid face. Like, I'm really liking what he's doing so far, and I bet he is too. Bro, what are your thoughts? I know you're really into this.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, I totally agree with Cameron Grimes. Love his theme. I love the gimmick of him being this, sort of unkempt Southern, country boy that's then made it big in crypto. As I said a few weeks ago, he's new money. Look it up, and you'll know exactly what gimmick Cameron Grimes is doing. And, I agree with you. It's a breath of fresh air every time he's on the screen. That is what you want in a wrestling superstar. Duke Hudson, he's essentially doing a similar gimmick that Kurt Angle was doing after he got his head shaved, where he's got a wig that looks very blatantly not like it's not his own hair, because we just saw what he looked like with hair a week ago. And then he's got the amateur wrestling style headgear that keeps the wig in place, keeps it from falling off while he's going to wrestle. Only this time, he's upped the ante from Mr. Kurt Angle. That'll always be a classic segment, Kurt. But Mr. Hudson has you beat because he has dark hair naturally that we just saw get shaved off. And he has a bright, bleach blonde Ric Flair in the 80s-esque wig over his head now that's been held down by this amateur wrestling headpiece. So it is even more obviously not his real hair than when Kurt Angle originally did the gimmick all those years ago.
Yeah.
And it looked amazing. Hudson started chucking a tantrum like a 2-year-old. Honestly, those of us who live in Australia, if you've ever seen two neighbors bickering about the property line when someone's trying to put in a new fence, that's basically the attitude that Duke Hudson was adapting here. You cheated, mate! You bloody cheated!
Some good stuff,
classic.
bro.
Cameron Grimes ended up getting the upper hand, and I was finding it hilarious that the amateur headpiece that I mentioned before was successfully keeping the wig from moving at all. So the wig just completely stayed in place while Hudson's being tossed around and bounced around the ring. Eventually, he just gets out by the hair of his, by the skin of his teeth. There's that moment that Carl mentioned just a moment ago. Grimes has Duke Hudson by the hairpiece at this point. Hudson's kind of hanging down on the ringside, and then the camera's right in Hudson's face while he just has a look of absolute terror on his face before finally managing to pull away and scurry off. A+ segment. This was brilliant. I love that they're continuing it, and I love that I'm just as excited about this feud continuing as I was before the hair versus hair match.
Yeah, and you know for a fact that he has to wear that fucking thing because he lives locally to where that building is. They all do. He locally, those fans probably live around there too. So he has to go to the shops wearing that stupid thing. He's going to have to wear it everywhere he goes. It's just fantastic.
If he runs out of eggs after his late night workout and he needs to go down and buy a fresh carton of eggs for his omelet, he's got to fucking put that thing on. Can you imagine that? He's got like a sweater and jeans on, he's twirling his keys casually there to grab a few things on his way home. Like, you got your head shaved, bitch. Look who's wearing a rug, motherfucker.
See, the thing is, people are going to have their fucking phones on him, so he's going to have to keep it fucking covered up until it finally gets taken off, which is fantastic.
That's K-Fab, brother. K-Fab.
Moving forward, bro, there was a segment backstage where a bunch of the tag teams were in the kitchen. One tag team, I guess Briggs and Jensen, went off with 2 chicks to go to a concert. I had no idea what they were saying because you wouldn't shut the fuck up for 5 seconds. Moving forward.
Did we accidentally miss that earlier segment where we saw Grayson Waller in the
No, because that's next, you stupid fuck.
Sick.
All right?
Fuck so you. I got it fucking mixed up then.
Yeah, you did. Not surprised. Not surprised.
It's a mixed up fucking world. It's a mixed up world, guys. All right.
Okay, Grayson is chatting up this chick outside the building. She is unavailable to go on a date with him. And then out rocks up one and only LA Knight, looking fucking schmick as fuck. Got a nice ride with him too. She's going on a date with him. Grayson can't believe what he's seeing. He can't believe LA Knight has one-upped him. And now LA Knight has become a babyface. This is tremendous stuff. What did you think, bro?
Well, I mean, given what we're about to get into later on, I love it even more in retrospect, but I loved it straight away. Just to go and do a little bit more of the details. So Grayson Waller's trying to hit on this chick. He's trying to smarmy lines or whatever. She's not really buying it. Camera pans over. She's like, I'm going out with that guy. It pans over. There's Eli Drake, as Carl said, dressed to the nines, standing there all cool in front of his hellsick red sports car. He cracks a joke or two. The girl laughs and goes over and gets in the car. And then before driving away, he says to Grayson Waller something to the effect of, "Oh, it's all about the likes and views, is it? Well, view this." Yeah, and then just sped the fucking...
Fantastic, bro.
sped off in the car. So that also, not only is it once again a storyline that's actually continuing, it's been building for weeks, going in different directions. At times, it almost seems like they have a begrudging respect for each other. At other times, especially after this episode, it seems like they really hate each other. What's going to happen? It's still going. And it also sets up something later on that we'll get into that branches off in a different direction as well. Once again.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Interconnectedness, bitch. That's what makes an entertaining show. Like a soap opera where you can get invested in the fucking characters.
Yeah, cunt. Moving forward, oh, by the way, strike one for calling him Eli Drake. It's LA Knight, thank you. All right. It's like we're talking about fucking Kevin Owens. You go, yeah, nah, Kevin Steen, blah blah blah. Fuck you, okay? I don't tolerate that on my show. Coming up next, the North American Heavyweight Champion Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams takes on Dexter Lumis. This has been so weird. So a few weeks ago, he has his hand broken. Then Indy Hartwell's all upset and got poo-poo face on, boo-hoo face, during her matches because her beloved has a broken hand and is in hospital for 2 weeks with a broken hand. And then he shows up on the pay-per-view after disappearing from the hospital, gets to Trick Williams during that War Games match. And now here he is. He's cleared to wrestle. So obviously the injury wasn't that much to be fucking worried about, Indy. It's not your fault. Whoever wrote it, it's your fault. I wasn't really into the match, bro. It's not their fault. It's just maybe when I started watching NXT, I didn't see the development of the Dexter Lumis character, so I don't care too much for the character, especially considering what they've been doing with it for the last few weeks. The only other thing that I wanted to say was Dexter did a kip up, and I'm just like, I'm so sick of the kip up now.
Yeah.
You know, HBK was the one guy that did it, and now 45 guys do it across 3 companies, or maybe even more. It's just, it's too much, man. It's too much. It's like how everyone does that fucking kick on the ring apron where they hold the top rope and lift up their leg and kick someone in the face.
Dude.
Everyone needs to fucking work on their move sets and do something different to stand out.
You know what the kip up is, man? The kip up is like to the 2020s what the schoolboy was to the 2010s. Last decade, it seemed like every motherfucker wanted to win every match with a fucking roll-up, no matter what they'd done just before. And here, it seems like every motherfucker, no matter what size they are or whatever the gimmick is, they want to do the kip-up thing. It's not special if everyone does it. It just becomes normal.
Yeah, fuckheads. And after all that, bro, they gave this match like a lot of time. After all that, it was just a DQ with Trick Williams hitting Dexter.
It was like pulling teeth, man. It was.
But not putting anything against either of them for the efforts that they put in.
No, it wasn't them. It was the arrangement of it. You know, it was the layout. It was the way it was produced. I feel like
out here, bro.
I feel like well, I'll try and speed it along. I feel like it. I feel like it had no heat on it. I feel like, yes, they've been alluding to the Dexter Lumis angle with all this bullshit with Indy Hartwell, which is doing no favors for either character, by the way. It's been too disjointed for me. I don't think that this match felt like it had been earned, whether or not Hayes was the one to initially injure Lumis's hand or not. I don't think they've done a good job of carrying that heat from that moment over to this match. And I'm giving it a D-. It was just a really sluggish, boring match for me. And again, as you said, I don't blame the guys, for that. I think that they themselves are good talents. I just think it was the production of the entire thing.
Yeah, and I think it's just proof sometimes that just having a good match, if there's no heat behind it, it's just not going to do it for us. Moving forward, 6 weeks of MSK just traveling the United States to get to one person's house. Finally, after 6 weeks, the Shaman is Riddle. So it's not even going to be someone that's going to appear with them on NXT. It's someone from the main roster who's busy doing other things I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed. This whole build-up for 6 weeks was for them to just be told, yeah, no, go for the titles again. And I find it funny that people got fined for smoking weed a few years ago, and now that they're cool with promoting it in a segment backstage with Riddle and MSK. I just, I wasn't offended by the whole thing, but I was just like, man, I was really hoping like maybe they will bring in some sort of manager or something like that. That would help bring them to the promised land. But it's, yeah. What did you think? Anything else to say?
I hated it, man. Hated it. Like, and you know that I'm a fan of Riddle, but as you said, he can't fucking appear on the show each week. How are you going to have a storyline like this where they're going searching for this messianic figure, this shaman that they're in search for? And I like Riddle. It's nothing against him. But how do you not have that person end up being the Godfather or RVD or
I was gonna say
Spike or Spike Dudley or fucking hell, it could even be a woman. Like you could have made it literally anyone you wanted, like and instead they're using someone that's going to be always busy doing main roster shit.
It could have been RVD, bro.
Yeah, I thought that it was completely impractical because of just what I said. B, it was a bit of a letdown because it's like they just grabbed somebody they already had and wheeled him into the fucking studio to film the segment. Because they never mentioned it on Raw. Like, this won't be mentioned on Raw at all. This will be like that doesn't exist on Raw. And then, number 3, like, there was an opportunity there to bring in yet another intriguing character that would add some depth to those two guys, which has now been squandered because I doubt Riddle's going to be showing up on every episode of NXT either. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to give it an F because I was really looking forward to it, and then it was a fucking fart in church.
Yeah. And coming up, bro, down. Fuck yeah, bro. Toxic Attraction, bro. Yes. I like it. Making their entrance. After the entrance, though, they go to Indian Persia backstage. Don't really care. Continue the little thread.
Mm-hmm. That was kind of shitty, that segment with them.
I guess they just want a little moment where Johnny was, showed up and gave them a hug, and I guess it's his goodbye to them. But here we go, bro. Toxic Attraction, bro. Yeah. I like it, bro. I like the entrance. The entrance, it feels like it's an event. This is an event that we're all a part of. We're all getting a little bit frisky. They're getting a little frisky. I like it, bro. I like it. Gacy doing her grinding of the hips. Gigi with the rose. Mandy Rose just looking straight at the camera, hot as fuck. That is what I like. We're hot-blooded males, bro. We want it. We need it. We crave it. But anyway, I forgot to check who their opponents were. As per usual.
They were the two dancing, like sort of Spanish dancing team. I can't remember the name.
Let me just hang on. Sorry, everyone. I do it every fucking week. Valentina, Feroz, and Yulisa Leon.
Right.
Yeah. Great victory for our girls.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I feel the same. B+.
Lovely jubbly. Fuck, man, I'm trying to keep away from the sun here. It's fucking destroying me.
I'm indoors, and it's hot. Like, I'm starting to sweat.
This beer is, like, almost empty.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. This perked me up in more ways than one. And then, just when I thought I couldn't be perked up anymore, bro, Tiffany's Epiphanies.
Well,
what do you know? What do you know, Brian Alvarez? You little fucking, you little dweeb, you little fucking nerd. She said daddy several times. Daddy, blah, 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 blah. Daddy, blah, 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 blah. And I thought nothing of it other than the fact that she's got a father that she calls daddy.
Yeah, because she's a rich, spoiled rich kid.
Exactly.
And guess what? Fuck, Wit. The gimmick's not going anywhere.
Yeah, dickhead. You're full of shit.
Full of shit.
Well, you know what? I think Brian Plans changed. Yeah. Fuck you, Meltzer, too. Fuck you as well.
Yeah, you know, Dave, it's just inappropriate. I don't know
why you know what? Yeah, no, I agree, Brian. Like, I kind of feel like, you know, oh my God, like, what year is this? You know what I mean? Like, do we really have to present women in this way in 2021? My God.
In all seriousness, though, I really do like the gimmick.
I'm keen, bro.
I think that the girl pulls it off well.
She's multi-talented, clearly. She's a gymnast.
So in this episode, in this vignette here, as Carl just alluded to, we saw some footage of her gymnastics career. And in real life, she really was, an elite world-class gymnast that,
I showed actual footage of the actual lady.
So they showed actual footage of her in her gymnastics career saying, and there's her in character saying, here's me in my gymnastics career. I basically excel at everything I do. My daddy makes sure that, I have the best of anything that I need in whatever I want to pursue. And it's going to apply, obviously, to her upcoming debut on NXT. I thought this was brilliant. I'd give the vignette an A-. I think the vignettes that we're seeing on NXT are fucking light years ahead of what we see on Raw and SmackDown. Shawn Michaels doing the vignettes on NXT, Bruce Pritchard doing them over on SmackDown and Raw. I'll take Shawn, thanks.
Yeah,
he may be a similar age.
I think it'd be cool if it'll be really cool if kind of what we'll do is we'll sort of have a match.
No, but I do think that I do definitely think the vignettes on NXT are a cut above.
Yeah. I'm keen on this Stratton character. I'm looking forward to seeing how much of a snooty little bitch she is.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to mention my disappointment that we haven't seen the Malik Blade job counter in a couple of weeks. I miss you, Malik.
Sorry, Malik. Hope you're okay there on 205 Live, bro. I know it's not going to be around much longer, surely.
Yeah.
Right. Moving forward, bro. Mackenzie with an interview with the one and only AT. How you fucking doing, Tone? Hey, Tone, how you fucking doing?
I'm doing fucking phenomenal over here.
Oh,
that's how
bro.
I'm fucking doing.
Bring me a plate of that pasta fazool over here.
Oh, my God. My mother with the fucking braciole last night.
Oh, Maron.
Pulls off. It tasted so good.
Oh,
my
Maron.
grandma makes these fucking cannolis with the cream cheese and the blueberry.
Well, your grandma, your grandma Patana.
What the fuck did you just fucking say?
Yeah, I think you're fucking fugazi right there.
Are you disrespecting me right now?
Now, Bafangu.
Are you fucking look at me when I'm fucking talking to you.
I'm fucking look at you.
Oh, you're taking off your little glasses? You're some kind of fucking tough guy
you're
now?
Fucking fugazi. Well, you gonna eat that fucking cannoli?
Tough guy.
You gonna eat that fucking cannoli?
Motherfucker, T. You see this motherfucker
Hey,
over here?
Paulie, check out this fucking fugazi over here, huh?
Oh,
hey.
What kind of language is that? You suck your brother's dick with that mouth or what?
Mad at my language and says you suck your brother's dick with that mouth. Like, what? Oh, bro, he was great. He called Pete Dunne Petey Poppins.
Oh, by the way, guys, we're talking about Tony D'Angelo.
Oh, Tony D'Angelo, yeah. Fuck, I can't get away from this song, bro.
We did that for like 3 minutes, so we better remind everybody.
Yeah, obviously there's a feud going on with him and Pete Dunne after that fantastic swinging neck breaker off the top rope during the War Games whilst holding the crowbar. Pete Dunne, I guess, is like one of the last remaining guys from the black and gold NXT. Let's see how he moves forward in this era. Andre Chase interrupts. He's gonna, I kick your ass right now, but I got collections to make. And it's T. How you fucking doing, Tom? Taking on Andre Chase next week. So, what any other thoughts here on T? How you fucking doing?
Yeah, how you doing, T? I'd give it a fucking
Hey,
B
Tom.
minus. You know, I thought it was once again another match that I'm interested to see because both Tony D'Angelo, AT, how you doing, Tony, and Andre Chase are both as individuals characters that they built up well on the show. So I'm invested.
Yeah,
Booking
man.
101.
I really like Andre Chase, but I'm a bigger fan of ATA fucking doing
Yeah,
Tone. But
I'm going to
Andre
be pulling for
Chase,
T. I'm
I'm pulling for TA fucking doing Tone against Andre Chase
Oh.
next week. Despite the fact I am a big fan of Andre Chase, but as I was just saying, big fan of ATA fucking doing Tone, and I think ATA fucking doing Tone is going to beat Andre Chase next week.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, fucking doing.
How you fucking doing? You fucking scrub.
It never gets old. It never gets old. Okay. And Andre Chase kept talking and it cut away. That was funny. Backstage, Cora Jade, the big hero from the female War Games match at War Games, having a yarn with Raquel Gonzalez. I think I forgot to mention earlier that Cora came out there and made a challenge to Mandy Rose, but that's okay. I've just mentioned it now, so no one fucking get on my ass about it. So they're talking, and Cora's talking about, wouldn't it be great if I became champion? And Raquel's kind of like, come on, just take it one step at a time, sweetie, kind of thing. And then they're interrupted by Kelly fucking Ray. She's from fucking Scotland.
Kelly Ray from fucking Scotland. The crazy bitch.
She's from fucking Scotland. Trying to make my voice like break.
It almost looks like a baby.
Yeah, I want my baby back, baby back. Fuck, man.
I'm gonna eat, yeah.
What kind of person is that? Fat bastard. Kaylee Ray offers her baseball bat to Cora to help fend off toxic attraction. Moving forward, bro. So that was nice.
And it like, you know what? I thought that Kaylee Ray was very badass and very sexy when she delivered the lines. You know, she gave her the bat, and Cora was like, "Well, don't you need it?" She's like, "Oh, honey,
honey,
you need it more than me.
You need it more than me. I'm from fucking Scotland."
It was badass. She didn't say she was from Scotland, though. It was just with the accent.
She did. In my mind, she says it. She said it every sentence. I'm Kelly. I'm from fucking Scotland, and Cora, if you need this bat, you can have this bat. I don't need it because I'm from fucking Scotland.
Cora.
Okay. Cora. I never get bored with the accents.
No.
You can't do accents. It's offensive. Shut up.
It's only offensive if you're punching down. It's not fucking offensive if you like them.
It's funny. You're allowed to do Scottish accents. You're allowed to do. I'm from fucking Ireland. From fucking Ireland. You can.
I'm from Great Britain, sir, and I take great offense to you.
I'm from fucking London. You know, we can do them, and that's fine. But we're not allowed to do it.
I'm from fucking Liverpool. I'm cut from a tough.
That is fucking Imperium from Germany. Like we can do them, but we're not allowed to do Asian accents.
No.
For some reason, that's not allowed.
Big no, can't do that.
Big no, can't do it.
But we can talk like this for as fucking long as we want. You know what
I'm from fucking Ireland, yeah. Okay, let's move forward.
Dude, like, that's what... Fuck off, man.
Let's just move forward, okay? It's hot out here.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Santos Escobar taking on Xyon Quinn. This story's been building for weeks, and I expect it to continue. Wasn't all that into the match. It was okay, but it's fucking hot. Okay, I'm having a hard time concentrating today, as you all just saw. The Super Hurricane Rana right near the end was a little bit fucking dangerous, but nice back and forth between the two. Nice story with Elektra Lopez sticking the brass knucks on Xyon Quinn's hand. He's like, "Hey, Bru, what the fuck are these doing on my hand?" And he fucking threw him, nailed the guy in the ring apron, and then he got fucking wiped out by Santos Escobar. 1, 2, fucking 3. Escobar gets the win. I was surprised Quinn lost this early in his NXT run. Bro.
Me too.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I basically agree with everything you said. I'm going to give the match a B+. I thought it was Zion Quinn's best showing to date. I really think he's progressing, both in ring. He's getting more confident in what he does. You can see him adding more taunts and more flourishments to the things that he does. And in terms of his overall charisma, you can see that it's there and that this guy has some real potential in the future.
Fuck yeah,
and
bro.
yeah, Santos Escobar never disappoints. You know, it goes without saying that he did well.
Yep. Moving forward, bro. Diamond Mine in the parking lot. Carmelo and Trick.
Yeah,
they overhear him talking about Roderick being the champion of NXT or whatever the fuck. And then Carmelo gets annoyed about it. Cool. Moving forward.
Yeah.
Little vignette of Boa bringing up Edris Enofi. Don't know why he's got a massive problem with him. He only debuted last week, but
remember they did that. Well, they did that shit with the fucking, you know.
Well, he attacked him out of the blue, right?
Yeah.
So still has a problem. What problem do you have with him?
Well, I mean, I guess he's not finished attacking him. But yeah, I like the fact that they took the time to follow that up, and I like the fact that they didn't spend fucking 10 minutes doing it. It was just short and sweet.
Yeah, and we finally got our answer, bro. Mei Ying, her character got scrapped, and she will be returning under a repackaged character. Finally, dude, we're at the end here. And I don't mean to have the attitude, ladies and gentlemen. It's just fucking hot, and the sun won't fucking. Will you fuck off already? Look at this. Look at me.
Let me actually, I mean, just in case anyone has never actually been to Australia before.
What a cunt. I had a shower and everything, bro.
Yeah.
Got a bad case of swamp ass right now. My beer's nearly done. This is sad state of affairs, bro.
Okay. So it's about 39 degrees here today in Perth where we are.
And what's that in Fahrenheit?
Yeah, for those of you that are used to the Fahrenheit measurement.
Which is only the United States, because they have to be different with everything.
It is currently 102.2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, at 6:15 in the evening. 6:15 in the evening.
Still got a lot more daylight left to come. That thing's going to be. You should have seen
what it was like at 2 p.m. 2 p.m.
Yeah.
1 p.m.
And 12 p.m. like 11:45 a.m. Fucking forget about it.
Imagine waking up in bed with that heat going on.
Yeah. 5 o'clock in the morning, the birds fucking come out, the sun goes up, you're roasting alive.
Yeah.
You don't have a fan
you wake up in your bed. Oh, I didn't realize that I went to bed in a swimming pool last night. So exaggerated.
I remember drying myself after I had my shower before bed.
Okay, let's get to the end of the fucking episode here, bro. Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, addresses his future.
Yeah, bitch.
Take it away, Jooseyboy. What did you fucking think?
Well, you know, like the audience in attendance, I'll be disappointed that Johnny's leaving. He did indicate that he was leaving, but he didn't say where, which leads me to think it's probably still to AEW. That's where he's going to end up. I also expect Kyle O'Reilly to end up there too. This retirement farewell promo ended up being amazing. I was really enjoying it. And then just when I was really getting into it and really buying into the emotion of it and sort of getting really behind it, boom, chair smacks Johnny, wipes him out from off screen, camera pans out. It's Grayson Waller, the Aussie. We saw earlier that, the chick rejected him in favor of LA Knight. Boom. He just took out Johnny Gargano right at the most emotional and heartfelt moment of his career when he's saying goodbye to the fans that he's performed in front of for all these years. Grayson Waller saying, no, this is about me now. It's my time. Beats the shit out of Johnny, beats him from pillar to post around the arena, picks him up, huge powerbomb through the announce table, lays him out. Grayson Waller says, get that camera in my face. Pulls the camera in his face. Says, this is about me. It's my time now. It's my show now. It's not his anymore. It's mine. And so there we go, bitch. Grayson Waller, as of the end of this episode of NXT, is ready to step it up.
Fuck yeah, bro. I enjoyed this. I was, felt for the guy, but he's excited to become a dad.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Really enjoyed the La Femme Nikita reference because that was always coming up after Raw or whatever it was back in the day. Grayson attacks him during such a nice moment, lays him the fuck out, and the last thing I wrote was, "That's sick, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah." That was my last note. But you know what? I hope he doesn't go to AEW because I don't think that Johnny Gargano should go from NXT 2.0 to AEW Dark Elevation because that's where he'll end up being.
Yeah, that's where he'd end up
after a couple of weeks of Rampage and on and maybe a couple on Dynamite, but then he'll get relegated to where Jay Lethal's headed right now, and where Bobby Fish is headed, and
they'll end up giving they'd give him a win over fucking like Aaron Seidel, and then they'd give him another win over Dante Martin, and then he'd lose to Punk and Daniel Bryan, and then he'd be on Dark Elevation.
Yeah.
Because there wouldn't be any room for him.
Oh, but he'll beat QT Marshall as well, but they'll be on Dark Elevation.
Yeah, because that's right. Because you can't use one of the actual good performers that you've got on your roster like QT. Can't actually use him in a meaningful role. Have to relegate him behind the scenes grabbing Tony Khan's fucking coffee.
Yeah.
Anyway, bro.
Time for your final rating out of 10, bro.
I'm going to give it a 6. I thought it was kind of middle of the road. There were moments in this episode where it was teetering on losing me, but then the stellar performances by all the individual wrestlers, pushed it over that point for me. So I ended up enjoying it, but just barely. 6 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Middle of the road. Didn't blow my mind. Someone else nearly blew, but I didn't blow my mind. Middle of the road. Thank you, Juicy Boy. Tell everyone where they can fucking find you.
Yeah, you can find me on fucking Twitter at Jooseyboy. You can find me on fucking Facebook at Jooseyboy. Like it. Subscribe to my fucking YouTube. YouTube.com/user/Jooseyboy. Type it in Google, Jooseyboy. You'll fucking find me. My big fat fucking face is plastered on there. And just in case you didn't know what you're typing in, that spelling once again is JOOSEYBOY. That's Jooseyboy. And I'll fucking see you on social media.
That's right, Juicy Boy. And I'm on Twitter at Karlifornia WZWA. That's KARLIFORNIA WZWA. Find WZWA Network anywhere and everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, fucking Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. Yeah, just type it in and you'll find it. Type it in anywhere. Yeah, ship plan, man.
Linktree, baby.
And so, Juicy Boy, thank you. I appreciate your time watching this show. We'll see how the views go this week. If they don't do well again, who knows? We'll see where we go.
Yeah, no worries. No worries, Dick Cheese.
I want to thank you, you little fuckface. And I want to thank you all out there, you little fuckfaces. That's right. This is Karlifornia alongside Juicy Boy. This was NXT 2.0 from December 7th. And we'll see you down the fucking road.